Hello everybody. So I said I would post this video, so I'm going to post it. Okay, so this will be the review for the quest. Right? I'm going to go through these problems. I'm going to go through the homework problems, and so you can utilize this as a way to check your stuff. Okay, so the area of a square. Well, the area of a square is just base times height. It can also be length times width. Okay, or sometimes you'll see it as side squared. Okay, basically it's just one side times the other, right? What's to know about a square? All right, all sides are congruent, right? So anyway, that's how they come up with those formulas, right? Rectangle is base times height, or length times width. Okay, again, a rectangle looks like this. Opposite sides are congruent. Okay, and so your width is here, length's here, or you can have base times height. Okay? All right. Area of a triangle. Area of a triangle is equal to 1/2 base times the height. Area of a parallelogram is base times the height. Area of a trapezoid is 1/2 the height times base 1 plus base 2. And a circle, the area of a circle is pi r squared. Okay? And then the last one, we haven't talked about this one yet, but it's important that we at least recognize what shape this is. Okay? So think of it kind of like a square, but tipped over. And let me do a better version of that. That one kind of stinks. Okay? So here's our rhombus. What's important about a rhombus is that all sides are congruent, but only opposite angles are congruent. Okay? So therefore, not all the angles are 90 degrees, right? So that's the difference between a rhombus and a square, is it's kind of like a square, but tipped. Okay? And also, oh, the area of this is still kind of like, it's still just pretty much like a parallelogram, right? Right, where opposite sides are parallel, opposite angles are congruent. Okay? Parallelogram. Anyway, base times height. When you see a shape like that, treat it just like a parallelogram. Okay, so write down the correct formula for finding the circumference of a circle. It's either 2 pi r or pi times the diameter. Okay, remember, the radius is equal to 1/2 the diameter, or twice the radius is equal to the diameter. Okay, so just remember, that's why if they give you the diameter, just plug it into this formula. If they give you the radius, you can multiply it by 2 and then multiply it by pi. Okay, name 2 important things about squares. Well, first thing we want to say, all sides are congruent. Okay, all angles are congruent. Okay, more importantly, they're 90 degrees. All right. And opposite sides are parallel. Okay? And so, as we go down the page here, name 2 important things about parallelograms. Well, opposite sides are parallel. Opposite angles are congruent. Okay. And that's about all that is for a parallelogram. Now, as we go down here, okay, I got some true or false questions. Okay, it goes true or false. A square can fall in the same category as a parallelogram. Okay? Well, let's think about this. Square has what? Square has all sides are, opposite sides are parallel, right? And you can also say, right, opposite angles are congruent, right? If you think about a square, certainly opposite angles are congruent, right, because they're all 90, and opposite sides are parallel. So a square can fall in the same category as a parallelogram. All right, parallelogram can fall in the same category as a square. Well, that's false. Okay, because to be a square, all sides are congruent, right? All sides are the same, okay, and sometimes parallelograms don't fall in that category. Also, right, a square has all 90 degrees, okay? So therefore, parallelogram does not fall in the same category as a square because it does not have 90-degree angles, okay? A rhombus is as close as you can get, be it that all sides are congruent, okay, but still not a square. All right, a square can fall in the same category as a rectangle. True. All right, what does it mean to be a square or rectangle? Well, opposite angles, actually all angles, are 90 degrees. Opposite sides are congruent. Okay, so therefore, a square can fall in the same category as a rectangle. Okay, but can a rectangle fall in the same category as a square? No, because a square has all equal sides. Okay, so this is a little brain teaser to get you thinking about the traits of what it means to be those actual shapes there. Squares, rectangles, parallelograms. Okay, what's the difference between them? All right, but what makes them also similar? Okay, all right. Let's get to these problems right here. The perimeter of a rectangular pool is 56 meters. Okay, if the length of the pool is 16 meters, then find its width. Here, the perimeter and the length of the rectangular pool are given. We have to find the width of the pool. Okay, so think about it, what it means to find the perimeter of a rectangle. Well, it's 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Okay, and so in this case we're given the perimeter, which is 56. We're given the length, which is 16, but we are not given the width. Okay, so now let me shrink this up here. So in order to solve this problem, okay, we're going to go 56 is equal to 2 times 16, which is 32, plus 2 times w. Okay, subtract 32 minus 32, we get 22, or 24, whoops. 24 is equal to 2w. Divide by 2, w is equal to 12. Okay, so let's check to be sure. 12 times 2 plus 16 times 2, and we get 56 meters. So our width is 12 meters. Okay? All right, let's go to the next one. The area of a rectangular fence is 500 square feet. If the width of the fence is 20 feet, then find its length. Here the area and the width of the rectangular fence is given. We have to find the length of the fence. Okay? And so, remember the area of a rectangle is base times height. In this case or length times width, sorry. In this case we're doing length times width. Okay? So, whoops. There we go. And so, we know our area, which is 500. We know our width, which is 20, but we don't know our length. All right, so in order to find it, okay, I divide both sides by 20. We get 25 is equal to L. And so our answer is 25 feet. Let's check to be sure. 25 times 20 is 500 square feet. Let's keep going. Using the given measurements, find the area and perimeter of each triangle. All right, remember to find the area of a triangle. It's 1/2 base times height. Okay, so find the area here, it's 0.5 times 6 times 8 24 feet squared. Find the perimeter. I just add all these guys up. So 10 plus 8 plus 6. And again, I get 24 feet. Or not 20. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Usually that doesn't happen, but it did. So anyway, we're still good. Let's keep going. So this guy right here, in order to find the area for this guy, I'm going to go 0.5 base times height. So 30 times 12 times 0.5. And I get 180 feet squared. We're to find the perimeter. I add these three numbers up. So 23 plus 20 is 30. It's equal to 73 feet. Keep going. All right, so here it's going to be 0.5 times 45 times 26. And so we get 585 feet squared. And again, our perimeter, just add those guys up. I get 118 feet. Okay, find the area and circumference. Okay, finding the area of a circle is pi r squared. The circumference is 2 pi r. Okay, so this guy right here, our radius is 6.5. So our area, whoops, is pi times 6.5 squared. And so we get our area is 132.7322.896 centimeters squared. Find our circumference, 2 pi r, which is 2 times pi, which is 6.5. So our circumference is 40.8407045 centimeters. Okay, down here they give us the diameter. All right, so if I want to find the circumference, I would just go pi times 5, which is equal to 15.70796327 centimeters. But if I want to find the area, okay, I would have to take this guy and divide it by 2. So it would be pi times 2.5 squared. And so our answer is 19.63495.408 centimeters squared. And finally, the last one. Okay, well, this guy looks a little weird, right? We're missing something. Whole other half of our circle. Okay, so what that means is any answer we find for area and circumference, we're going to have to divide it by 2. Okay, so our area is pi times our radius, which our radius is 10 divided by 2, which is 5. 5 squared. So if we had a whole circle here, we would have 25 times pi, which would be 78.53981.634. right? And then we have to divide that by 2. Right, whatever we got, we have to divide by 2. So our answer is 39.269,908.17 centimeters squared. And to find our circumference, again, we're going to go, well, 2, or I'm sorry, not 2, because we got the diameter, right? So 10 times pi, then divide that by 2. So our circumference is 15.707,963.27 centimeters. Finally, find the area of the trapezoid. Okay, we can't find the perimeter here. What we can do is find the area. So our area is 1/2 times the height, which is 4, times base 1, 5 plus base 2. All right, so again, our area is 1/2 the height times base 1 plus base 2. So that's where I would come up with those numbers. And then so we get our answer . 34 centimeters squared. Okay, so that's that whole sheet. All right, hopefully you guys got all those notes jotted in. Check your answers, make sure you're correct, see what you did right or wrong, and good luck.